Hello and welcome to another episode of Man vs Brands, where I'll be trying out the brands so you don't have to. This week we're bringing you the exciting world of cola. Created in 1886 by Coca Cola, which made it world famous. Today we're going to be looking at different varieties of cola and I'll be trying out different ones to see which is better, high street brands or supermarket brands. So this week we'll be looking at the original Coca Cola, Pepsi Cola, Tesco Cola, Asda Cola, Cola by Sainsburys, and also Freeway Cola from Lidl. So the first cola we're going to jump straight into is our classic Coca Cola. This being because it is the original cola out there, probably one of the most popular in this part of the world anyway. Between it and Pepsi, they are both very popular. But I'm going to start with Coca Cola to use as a base test to see which is best. Let's get cracked in. Okay, so again, the first taste, Coca Cola. Already you can just taste the Coca Cola. Most people know what Coca Cola tastes like, and it is really nice. If you don't drink Coca Cola that much, you will get a very sweetness of it, because obviously that's what it is a sweet juice. Now, obviously this is only a 1.75 litre bottle, so Coca Cola being one of the more expensive of the colas, it is just a fantastic taste. Next, I'm going to compare that to Pepsi. Again, Pepsi being the upper leader in the market of colas. Trying to pour them the same just to make sure that, try and get the consistency amongst them, but we're going to test Pepsi Cola. Again, there is a distinct taste between Coca Cola and Pepsi Cola, which makes them the reason why they are the two of the big players out there. So sometimes it's like Marmite, you either like them or hate them. You either like Coca Cola or you like Pepsi Cola. For me, I like a change between the two of them. So I'm not going to compare these two against each other at the moment, because you do get them roughly for the same price depending on if they're on offer or anything like that. So the first one, the hand, Tesco Cola. To see if the price makes a big difference in taste. Pour more Coke out. So Tesco Cola. Okay, automatically you taste more of the cola flavour. So it might be that Tesco Cola actually contains more flavouring for the cola they get out, as opposed to more ingredients that Coca Cola and Pepsi Cola would use. You don't get as much of a sweet taste as you would with Coca Cola. But again, you have more of the flavouring of Coca Cola. With the Tesco Cola, the only way I can describe it is it's like a wee bit burnt if it was a food. There's just that wee bit of an extra flavour in your mouth of cola compared to the Coca Cola, which is just very sweet. Next up, we're going to try Asda Cola. So Asda Cola. Again, you can taste the cola flavouring. It must be the flavouring that I'm actually tasting now. It does say no artificial colours or flavourings, but there is that cola flavouring. Between it and Tesco, so the flavouring in the Asda isn't as strong, which is actually a lot better, I would say. You can still taste a lot of the sweetness in the Asda, but the cola flavour itself isn't overwhelming, while the Tesco Cola might be more overwhelming. These work out at roughly the same price. For a 2 litre bottle is 50p, while obviously your bigger brands can be a lot more expensive. Next one we're going to try is Lidl's Freeway Cola. This bottle, the way it's shaped, is actually a lot easier to hold, which one thing I found difficult when trying to pour these bottles, especially when they were taller. One thing to look into, the Freeway, a lot easier to hold, and likes of the way the Pepsi works. The design in the bottle actually is quite key. I'm just realising that. Okay, so you do have sweet taste straight away, with a bit of a mild flavour of cola coming through. Itself isn't as strong, but again you don't get as big an aftertaste. It's really hard to distinguish between the supermarket brands, which one would be better. The cola flavour itself isn't as strong with the Freeway Cola as it is in the Asda, but I would say it might actually be a bit nicer. With the Asda you can taste a lot of the sweetener, whilst the three-way cola you don't. The last one we're going to look at, Sainsbury's cola. Again, their bottle isn't the best plastic, isn't the toughest of plastics, so it's quite hard to pour on its own. Okay, whoa, very, very strong flavour of cola. I'm getting like if you burned a bit of food, it's just hitting you straight away. It actually tastes like, a dandelion, nettle taste. Then sometimes carbonated drinks you get the dandelion and nettle, something like that there. But it's a very, very strong cola flavour. Not as much sugar coming through, but at the after you can sort of taste the sugar compared to the Asda one. Yeah, the Asda flavour's a lot milder, but again the Sainsbury's one is very overwhelming. Oh, excuse me. So if you're looking for a real flavourful cola, definitely look at the Sainsbury's one. Compared to the Coca Cola, nothing really compares. Same as Pepsi Cola. Again, it really depends on what your flavour is. If you're a Pepsi Cola or a Coca Cola person, that's pretty much what you would go for. It's really hard to distinguish the two. Personally myself, I think I would prefer Coca Cola over Pepsi Cola. But when it comes to the taste tests, Coca Cola wins the taste test. The flavours of them obviously are a lot better. They've been around for a lot longer, so they've sort of mastered the production of it. It's very sweet. In terms of best value for money, I would have to give it to Asda Cola. Asda Cola is definitely the best of the supermarket brands that I'm tasting here between Tesco, Sainsbury and Lidl. Its flavour, I'm going for quite a lot. The flavouring of cola isn't as strong as the other ones. The Sainsbury one definitely was the greatest in flavour, but I think there's just too much of it. Lidl's Freeway is a good one, but it is a lot milder, so that's why I do have to give it to the Asda one. The balance between sweet and cola is very good. So when it comes to the supermarket brands, Asda definitely thumbs up. For 50p for a 2 litre bottle, if you are wanting to go that little bit higher in quality and taste, Coca-Cola and Pepsi Cola would definitely be your option. For me, it is Coca-Cola. So I hope that has been useful for you. Instead of you having to go around trying all these supermarkets for their own cola, maybe you can just go straight and try Asda and see what you think. Value for money, Asda is definitely the best. I will put the prices up of these different colours. They should be up already, but please let me know what you think is the best of the colas. If you first of all like Pepsi or Coca-Cola, and if you prefer one of the supermarket brands, which one is it? You can leave me a comment below, or you can go over and visit me on Facebook at facebook.com/man-brands or Twitter at man-brands. I hope this has been very useful. Please give it a thumbs up and let me know if there's anything you want me to try. Please join me next week where we'll have a brand new video and I'll be tasting the brands so you don't have to.